What a time it is to be a Razorback fan. In front of a sellout crowd of over 74,000 people, Arkansas upsets number 15 Texas 40-21. Hey everybody, welcome out to Razorback Stadium. I'm Troy Lynch, he's Nick Walters. This was an upset that I would say a lot of Arkansas fans saw coming, but I don't think they expected a blowout. Fans flooding Razorback Stadium right after the game. Nick, you were down here on the field. What was that like?
First of all, Troy, I think in their heart of hearts, a lot of Razorback fans would expect a loss in this situation.
Yeah.
Maybe they think it was close, but not a lot of people thought they'd come away with a win. Nevertheless, a blowout. So that made this finish, God, it was a state of euphoria. Everyone piling from the bleachers. Honestly, a lot of these reporters and photographers had no idea how to find a player. We're on benches looking around to see what's going on. I mean, it was pandemonium at its finest against a rival like Texas. I mean, you can't ask for anything more as a Razorback fan and all these players.
The last time Texas came to Razorback Stadium was back in 2004, so obviously the players and the fans elated. And then we actually caught up with some of the players after the game, and having the fans on the field celebrating with them, they said it was a dream.
It kind of felt like a dream. Like it was like, you know what I'm saying, that was the moment that you live for, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, you beat a big rivalry team like Texas and the fans rush the field and stuff like that. Like, you want to see that on TV, so being able to live in that moment and embrace that moment was a really big deal.
All right, now it's time to get into the stats of the game. One stat that really sticks out, 333 total rushing yards for Arkansas. If you said that was going to be a stat before the game, I would have called you crazy. However, 4 different Arkansas running backs scored a touchdown. 2 of them were true freshmen, which is unreal.
Think back to the glory days of Arkansas where they got running back situation where everyone's going for over 100 yards, scoring touchdowns. Tonight that came back, and what a way to do it against Texas. I respect the defense across the country, and all the props to their offensive line, making the lanes against a lot of big beefy guys in that D-line and in that linebacker core for Texas. But what a way for that offense to perform in this kind of game.
Yeah, and talking with the coaches and players right after the game, they all say it's because of preparation.
With the crowd being back, with the great atmosphere and stuff like that, so all that kind of played a role in the first game. But this game right here was just mainly preparation, just watching film. All the running backs, their skill set is complete. I mean, all of them can catch out the back, coming out the backfield. They run hard, break tackles, get those dirty yards, rely on the big boys up front, push and get the first down. So I mean, their whole running back room they just did an awesome job tonight. Proud of them.
Nick, honestly, I don't think there was any Arkansas player that had a bad game tonight. And you talk about the defense. At halftime, I think everybody was the MVP, pitching a 16-0 shutout against the number 15 team in the country. That ain't bad.
It ain't bad, but of course, out of halftime, a lot of these fans in the stands were thinking, okay, here we go. Hold on to your horses, because Texas scored out of the gate to make it 16-7. But the rest of the way, Arkansas offense scores once again, and that Texas defense holds. And at the end of the day, I mean, the rest of the points, Texas scored 21 tonight. Those other 2 touchdowns could be described as garbage time points. So this Arkansas defense, man, the best performance they've had in well over a year, if not years.
Yeah, linebackers, when it comes to Arkansas, they are stacked right now. They had Grant Morgan back, even though he did get roughed up a little bit, and I don't think we saw him after that. And then Bumper Pool, after getting called for a targeting call against Rice in the second half, he was able to come in the second half of today's game. But Hayden Henry was the star out of that linebacking core. He had 15 total tackles leading the team, and he was a big reason why this defense dominated.
It was just we were clicking on all cylinders at every position. And so, you know, we're not the biggest, baddest team in the SEC physically, but we play really hard. We play really tough. We don't back down from anybody. We like competition. We like playing. So, yeah, I guess welcome to the SEC. I don't know exactly when they're joining, but I mean, pretty soon this will be a yearly occurrence.
So the defense was spectacular, the running backs were spectacular, but there's one more player that we got to shout out, and that's the kicker, Cam Little. He was 4 for 4 on field goals. He was probably the offensive MVP in the first half of today's game, but another big reason why they won. However, Nick, I don't think that this offense has reached its full potential yet.
It has not, Troy. I mean, you look at KJ Jefferson, he only has 1 passing touchdown in the year. That was last week against Rice, still none to date, and a lot of people thought that Traylon Burks was the most talented player on this offense. He still does not have a receiving touchdown to his name this season. He was a little hobbled through camp. So this whole passing offense has room to grow. And as you said, with those 4 touchdowns tonight out of the running backs, man, if you compare the passing game with the running game, who knows what heights this team could reach.
Yeah, Arkansas is really defying all the odds right now, and now up next is going to be Georgia Southern. That's going to be next Saturday here at home at 3 p.m. But before we even get to that, we're going to break this game down even more tomorrow night on the Final Score. That's going to be coming up after the 9 p.m. newscast, so make sure you tune into that. But Nick, you had something else you wanted to say?
I did, Troy. You know, we were on the same field last week, and I said I might wear a Texas sock to this game. That was totally a joke, but what's not a joke is I do have 2 socks right here that I brought to the game. One, an Arkansas Razorback sock, the other, a Texas Longhorns one. The purpose, Troy, I know I'm being a handful for you right now. The purpose was I'm going to throw one out, UT Austin grad right here with a sports reporter job in Arkansas, and a 40-21 win over Texas. Man, that's no doubt about it. This Texas sock going out of here. So
That
this Arkansas
sock
Razorbacks,
sucks.
yeah, it sucks, and Texas socked tonight? Maybe not. Well, that'll do it for the sock joke.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're going to wrap things up here from Razorback Stadium. He's Nick Walters. I'm Troy Lynch. Final score, Arkansas over number 15, Texas, 40-21. Tune into the Final Score tomorrow night, and thanks so much for watching.